Welcome to my review of the new Battlefield 2042 game. Mind, this is the review of the early access, which started November 12th. The official game comes out November 19th, which is, for me, tomorrow. It might be when you guys are actually seeing this video, or you guys might be seeing it months later. This video, we are going to cover some pros and some cons. It has some potential to become a great game, however, still has a lot of issues. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, let's get started with some of the pros of this game. To start off, we got the amazing new maps and their natural disasters and their realism to the game. For example, we got the structural damage and the new tornadoes added to the battlefield experience, as well as we got some of the new shooting mechanics added, such as the new reload while staying scoped on your target. This feature will be handy for many players out there, especially returning players who love the Battlefield experience. We also got that headshot sound effect, which gives you goosies when you hit that nasty clip shot. Now, we have been given some pros to this new game, but that leaves a lot of space for some cons. One of the major issues with the game currently is getting into a lobby. A lot of players have found themselves leaving before getting into a match, which is not key for a new game launch. A new game needs players to actually play the company's game, and the company's not going to gain any success from this if everyone's leaving. This is caused with not being able to deploy into a match. Even halfway through a match, there is a glitch currently where you can't be revived or redeployed, and therefore you are not shooting anyone. And that's the whole purpose of this game. You're going to leave if you can't shoot and can't respawn. Without being able to play this game, many players will be lost to it. It's why I myself have not been playing. It takes too long to get into a game and you just quit halfway through anyways. So I don't see the point of waiting to get into a game to have to leave partway through because you can't respawn. That is a basic mechanism to a game. Now, with that being said, the game when you are playing still has many perks, such as the new robot dogs being able to go upstairs and kill enemies. The new visors are great to use in the game. The flying squirrel suit mechanics are amazing in this game. You actually feel immersed inside of the game when you're flying. They've done an absolute beautiful job on that. Being able to have the realistic features such as pulling the pin of a grenade, being able to heal while sliding, but at the same time sliding is much more realistic in Battlefield 2042 compared to the old Battlefields. Your character seems to know they have bones and can't go sliding forever like you're playing Apex. One more feature that is just useful since we have such huge maps is the double sprint. However, this brings us back to another con, which is you'll be walking around the map a lot since maps are oversized. For only having 130 players in some maps, they're still too large. Players don't want to be walking around looking for someone half of their game. We want action, we want to get some kill streaks. Even adding more variety of weapons could bring more to this game. We have your basic SMG, your assault rifle, your marksman rifle, and your sniper rifle setup. That is not that much compared to other games. It's going to lead people who want this game going to Call of Duty or other games that can provide more weapon selection, especially with the new attachment setup and limited choices for the attachments. Now, I have not looked too far into it, however, it doesn't seem like there is that much to the attachments this year. Now, I do understand Battlefields tend to have a rough launch. Hopefully, DICE sees these reviews and acts on it quick. If not, they will lose a lot of their players this year. And yet again, we've got another big issue that is back: Bloom. I don't know why they decided to bring Bloom back when in Battlefield 5 it was in its first release, and then they removed it from Battlefield 5. So it doesn't make any sense why they would put it in 2042. Now, the graphics to this game are acceptable for our time and age. They are not what everyone was expecting. The trailer seemed to overhype it, as well as there's still a lot of graphical issues, even running on high-end computers. There are most likely small bugs that are being planned to be fixed already. I just think that they released this game way too quickly. It was just like Cyberpunk. We've had a few games this year. Cyberpunk was one of the bigger ones that were known that were just released way too soon. I think DICE should have waited a little longer, fixed what they needed to have fixed, and then released it. They could have had a little more success going that route. Now, we did get that amazing jump we have all been waiting for in the trailer. Yes, you guessed it, the insane jet RPG jump, which was first done by Rand Zook, which I think was an amazing mechanic to add into the game just for pure fun. Now, I have complained a bit about the new maps being too big, however, they still have their perks. The new maps got realistic structural damage on buildings, and the weather is crazy and well done. One of my favorite parts of the new maps is running towards a realistic looking tornado, but don't get me wrong, it's fun to do for the first while, but we need more. We need more natural disasters or more to the weather than just a simple tornado, in my opinion. And this brings us up to why I think DICE brought in some old game modes and maps to let Battlefield 2042 survive the attack that they were expecting from their old players and fans, because it's hard to keep impressing all these old fans and old players because you've already given them something so great to play with all these other Battlefields that they need to one up. But instead of one up, they brought back some of the old content, which I'm not going to complain about because it's what worked for them, so they brought it back. Some of the stuff that they brought back was the VIP Fiesta Battlefield. They brought back the 1942 Classic Conquest. They also brought back the Battlefield Bad Company Rush and the Battlefield 3 Conquest. I think that was a great decision on them. It did bring back something for the old players to enjoy, but yet again, DICE messed up. They left them the same other than the graphic changes, right? Like, nothing really changed other than the graphics. Like, could have put little Easter eggs or something inside, and I think that would have opened the community up to a little more acceptance of the game. They also didn't add the structural damage or the weather effects into these maps and modes, which leaves the old players thinking they might as well just play the old games and not spend the $150 for that special content package. Like, it's not really worth $150 in my eyes. Now, if you're someone who likes to farm some XP and really play some of the old maps, Patrol is great part of the game in my opinion. Players can create what they want or bring back some old, which has been happening in the online patrols, which will make a lot of older players and fans want this game just for that graphic upgrade from the old maps. Does this make me think the game is worth $150 Canadian? No, not really. You still have too many flaws in this game, and hopefully DICE can fix a lot of the issues in the near future. If not, I don't see Battlefield 2042 becoming a big hit this year. Now, my suggestion to you who have now watched this video through, I would wait a few months if you're thinking of purchasing the game. see what DICE does with it. If they fix some things up, maybe they add a campaign, because that's another issue, is there's no campaign to this Battlefield, which a lot of people look forward to. But if you are someone who has played all the Battlefields and you need every single Battlefield to complete your collection, go for it, get it. It's just not something that I think you'll enjoy like the last few Battlefields that we've had. But either way, guys, that wraps up the video. I want to know what your guys' opinion is on Battlefield 2042. So drop a comment down below, smash that like button if this video helped you at all in making a decision on buying the game or not buying the game, and feel free to leave a subscribe. See you guys all next time.